What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Blitz the Books. Happy Thursday. How's it going, Mike?
Happy Thursday, big week going well over here. Can't wait to talk a little college football. Week 13, baby, been rocking and rolling. Had a nice ball, hoping to keep it rolling this week. How about you, man? How you doing? I know you're crushing
Yeah,
NBA.
I'm
How you doing everything
doing
else?
pretty good. Yeah, we are pretty darn hot in the NBA. College basketball has been on a nice little roll this season as well. So if you guys are
Love it.
wanting to get some basketball action, come over and join us. Right now we're hitting right over 65% for the season on NBA. Yeah, we keep going on nice 10-2, 9-2, 8-2 runs here. So it's been a blessing over there on the basketball court. On the football show, man, we smoked it last week going 4-1. Let's go through those recaps real quick, and that moves us to a total of 28-16 on the show, sitting around 64% hit rate. Giving you guys a lot of nice free winners here. Last week, Mike gave out Utah first half -4.5 at -108 odds. BYU -3 at -115. Both fantastic winners here. I gave out Notre Dame -10. -132, bought a little juice there, didn't need it at all. Gave out the Texas Georgia under 51. That was actually 51 full game. I thought it was 51 and a half. 51 full at -125. Cash that. And then our only loser was we lost by the hook. I gave out USC -5.5, and they only won by 5. But hey, man, great week overall. What do you say?
Yeah, that's outstanding. I mean, that's man, yeah. Hard to beat that weight. Hard to beat 64% winners on free picks videos, baby. Very proud of that. Hope we finish strong
Absolutely.
and get ready for bowl season. It'll be here before we know it, man.
We got one more week, and then
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think they got a week off,
this
and then
weekend, then we get Army Navy game,
Army Navy
and
game.
then we
Yep,
get like a week or two off before bowl
week.
season.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
there might be just a week off this year, then they'll
4 weeks.
jump right into the bowl games. So
Love it.
I'm pretty excited about this year. I think we might even do a couple bowl game videos here. May not take those too seriously. We'll see what lines we get, what matchups we get. But we profited pretty well last year on the bowl game. So why not attack those when we can this year? We've got another 5 picks for you guys this week, and I'm gonna jump right into it, and I'm going to start with TCU plus 2.5 against Houston here. I like TCU plus 2.5 here. We got it at -115. And I like it with multiple edges, both statistically and situationally. Look, first, TCU has faced a much tougher schedule this season. According to Sagarin, they rank 38th in strength of schedule compared to Houston at 77th. And their strength of victory overall sits at 25th, while Houston sits at 52nd. That means TCU's wins have come against stronger competition and the results are more battle tested. And they are also in a major payback spot. Last year, Houston did go into Fort Worth and beat TCU 30-19, which was a game really defined by TCU's 4 turnovers, including 2 interceptions and a lost fumble by quarterback Josh Hoover. And he's a quarterback that I've tried to back a lot this year. I'm a big believer in him. He's let us down a little bit recently, but I think this is a pretty good spot for him to bounce back and right the ship here. Um, TCU has historically had success in this matchup. In 2023, they went down to Houston and they won that game convincingly, 36-13. We did talk a little bit off air that there was a different head coaching regime at that time now, but I still think that matters here. Hoover, this whole TCU team in general has had success going down to Houston, so I think that can help here. Um, TCU's offense can give them a real chance to take advantage of this number. They're averaging right around 400 yards per game. Strong passing attack around 290 per game, and another 120 on the ground. They score right around 30 points per game, giving them enough firepower to compete here. Defensively, TCU allows right around 374 yards per game, right around 26 points per game. Which is an elite, but it's I think it's good enough to keep them in the game here. Houston has talent, but their schedule and their results, I think this could be a letdown spot here for some reason. TCU has 2 less wins, and this line kind of stinks to me. Is another reason why I'm kind of siding with TCU here. The line's bouncing back and forth here. We've seen the line now move down from 2.5 to 1.5. I still think you can get 2.5 at a good price. I think a little sharp money's coming up on TCU, and I think this might just be a good spot for TCU to get right here.
Yeah, I mean, we talked off air. There is a lot to like. Obviously, you mentioned Josh Hoover, kid's a beast, man. Got cannon for an arm. Really like him. y- maybe this is the buy low spot on the Horned Frogs, back to back. Tough losses for them. It is a back to back roadie spot, but yeah, the books really aren't. The numbers very telling here. The books aren't sold on Houston, even though they're coming off the bye,
Yeah,
even though they
yeah.
got a lot to play for. Maybe that's just it. Maybe all the pressure here is on the Cougars, and maybe this is just a good, loosey goosey buy low spot on the Horned Frogs. So I definitely don't hate it. Would lean TCU, especially in the first half. They looked really good in the first half of games this year. But yeah, not a bad look.
Yeah, I think Houston coming off that bye, I think we might be able to create a little bit of a slow start here. I think TCU could be in a spot where they could play spoiler. Houston's pushing for a Big 12 spot if BYU or Texas Tech slip up here. They're only one game back. I know they have the loss to Texas Tech, but if BYU loses here, Houston could slip in. So I know they've got a lot of pressure on their side. And TCU playing spoiler, Sonny Dykes. I think I like that spot, man.
Yeah, yeah, Dykes is a beast, and it's hard to see him allowing this team to lose three in a row.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the buy low like we talked about. Good look.
Yep. Let's go, baby. What is your top play of the board?
Yeah, here we go. I hate to do it. I'm fading Big Wade's hat here. I'm going Arkansas Razorback. Woo, pig suey. Plus 6.5 in the first half. I paid minus 120 earlier this week at Hard Rock on Monday. I hate to tell you this, it's 4.5 most places. Shameless plug for Mikey's Mashers VIP. Could have got 2 points better, but you can find a plus 6. I cannot say where. It is at a faraway place. Look around on your odds screen. You can find that plus 6. Highly recommend that.
Yep.
I get it. I know the Hogs are 2-8, but they've shown a lot of fight since Sam Pittman got
Yes,
fired.
they have.
Petrino stepped in very nicely. The offense is humming. Taylor Green's a beast at quarterback. The kid's one of the best pure playmakers in the country. Hard to believe it. Razorbacks ranked seventh in the country in yards per play, thanks to Mr. Neck Brace himself, Bobby Petrino. I'll never forget that, where he had the poor motorcycle wreck while he was cheating on his wife. Whole crazy story. I don't know if y'all remember that back in the day. It was nuts.
Yep.
But I just feel good about the Hogs hanging tight with Texas here, at least for a half. Horns are coming off a brutal loss between the hedges. Georgia just lined up and manhandled them. I think they're probably could be sleepwalking here early. That was kind of a dream crushing loss. It was their third loss. They're pretty much out of the playoff race at this point. Who do they got on deck? Their arch rival Texas A&M. So sleepy look ahead spot here for the Longhorns. But what did it for me, Big Wave? You and I, neither one of us are huge trend guys, but this one stuck out to me. Arkansas has covered the first half spread in 10 of their last 13 games. Good enough for a 44% ROI, 6.5 units of profit. And their defense usually fades in the second half, so it's a good reason to avoid the full game. I can see Texas waking up in the second half and then just boat racing them. But give it to Hogs. Keep it close first half.
I absolutely love it, man. I'm gonna probably jump on the +6 with you over there on that
Far away.
offshore land book,
Yeah.
the faraway land. Yeah, no, it's I think that's a pretty good spot to find. I'm not big on this Texas team. I'm not really big on Arch Manning. I'm actually pretty down on this team. I'm not sure what we should do at quarterback. I'm not sure what we should do at head coach. I think we might need to have a change of head coach. I've never been a big Sark guy. I'm just not sure he's the right answer for us, man. He might fit somewhere else, but I think Texas doesn't need to make a change at. I think they just need to blow it all up. I may
I
be
like
crazy,
Sark.
but
I like Sark more as a coordinator or maybe a head coach at
yeah,
maybe a smaller program. I don't know, maybe a
yeah,
less pressure program. Like he was a beast when he was at Washington, when he was the Huskies head coach. He was
yes,
a beast there.
yep,
When he went to
yep.
USC is when things fell apart when he was at a big program. So
Can say if Matt Rule ends up leaving and going to Penn State, maybe Nebraska would be a better place than a Texas, even though they still have some high standards there. So I don't know, man. Heck, maybe he needs to go find himself a little Montana State, and
yeah.
I don't know.
I
I've
love it.
never been a big Sark guy, so I don't know. We'll see, but I love this play. Arkansas +6.5 first half. Let's cash that bad boy. Next play here, I'm gonna go with the Iowa State Cyclones. I'm gonna take them -3.5 over Kansas at home. And I like them in this matchup for multiple reasons. Defensively, the Cyclones are giving up right around 372 yards per game and roughly 5.7 yards per play. And they've proven that they can tighten up in key moments. They've held Iowa, TCU, and Arizona to modest scoring outputs in some of their biggest wins on their season. Showing they can control games, especially at home, against a variety of offensive styles. They also rank 42nd nationally in defensive downs allowed, giving up just 18 per game, which helps keep explosive offensive plays off schedule here. Um, they've scored they have a strong scoring defensive unit as well, ranking 38th in the nation by allowing only 28 points per game. If they can continue that level of control, it directly affects Kansas's offense at being efficient, and I think they can kind of clog up the game for Kansas to put points back to back drives. Turnovers are another key factor here. Iowa State does turn the ball over, or they force 1.4 turnovers per game, ranking 48th nationally. That's especially important here as Kansas's quarterback Jalen Daniels, who has been very good this year with 21 touchdowns and three interceptions. Iowa State doesn't need to really shut him down completely, but I do think even one takeaway or two at most could stop and even swing the game in their favor here. On offense, I think Iowa State they average almost 400 total yards per game with about 230 passing and 165 rushing. That balance makes them flexible enough if they have a tough defensive plan against them. With reliable rushing combo of Carson Hansen and Abu Sama, the Cyclones can control the tempo, shorten the game, and keep Kansas's offense on the sideline, which I think is going to play in their favor here at home. The efficiency metrics heavily favor Iowa State as well. Their strength of victory ranks fifth in the country, while Kansas sits 81st, meaning Iowa State's wins have come against much stronger competition. They are also 1-1 versus top 30 teams on Sagarin, while Kansas is 0-2, which shows Iowa has stepped up against stronger competition, and perhaps Kansas takes a step down when they do face tougher competition. I think combine that with the tougher strength of schedule, I think you got a more dependable defense on Ohio State, more balanced offense. Um, Another thing that I like is this is Rocco Beck's perhaps last time to get Kansas. Kansas has
Mhm.
beat them, I believe, 3 straight years. So if not now, when I think this is the game they can get them. My model's got them by 8. I believe your
Mhm.
model has them by 8. I think they're in the right spot here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big Rocco Beck guy. I made a lot of money on him last year and a little bit this year as well. He has thrown more interceptions than I thought he would this year. I mean, he's thrown 12
Golly,
touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but he's also run for 8
yeah,
touchdowns. So he's
correct.
sneaky fast with his legs there. So I think that could hurt Kansas defense. We talked off air about this. What I like, Cyclones more battle tested. They got a huge win over Iowa. Iowa's a tough team, man. We just saw them come a whisker away from beating Oregon. They come pretty close to beating USC last week and
Yeah,
a big
yeah,
win to start the season over in
yeah.
Ireland, I believe it was,
Yep,
against Kansas
yep,
State. Another solid win. So those are two huge wins there. Something about Kansas, yeah, they got a good offense. Their defense isn't that great, and we've seen it when they step up in class. They usually get
yeah,
humbled, especially on the road. I like the Cyclones. Ames is a sneaky tough place to play. A lot tougher than people realize. Yeah, give me the Cyclones. You nailed it. My numbers have Iowa State minus 8, 8.5 in that range. So I'm right there with you, buddy.
All right, let's get this one. And what is your final play?
Yeah, I'm going with the Ducks, baby. Quack, quack, quack. Give me the Oregon
Let's
minus 5.5 in the first half.
Yeah,
What don't you really like playing these big time ranked match teams? You know, a lot of times the books are right on the number. Man, oh man, I just could not ignore some things that I love about the Ducks here, man. Dan Lannon's got that program just firing on all cylinders. The first half I do prefer it a lot more than the full game. USC's tend to be a slow starter. Oregon usually comes out of the gates firing. I mean, check this trend here. Oregon's covered the first half in 9 of their last 13 games, good for a 29% ROI. They're always a beast at home. This year's no different. 5-1 straight up, 4-2 against the spread at home. Meanwhile, USC, I don't know what it is with Lincoln Riley and going on the highway way. It's just not been good. Trojans are a putrid 2-11 against the spread their last 13 outings on the
mm,
road.
mm,
How in the world are they going
yeah,
to have that raucous Outson Stadium crowd noise? You know, that Oregon Stadium is shaped kind of weird and it makes the noise just insane for the opponent. Lot to like about Oregon. Second best offense and defense in the nation as far as yards per play is concerned. Should be able to control the line of scrimmage. They lead the country in yards per rush. USC ranks just 78th in yards per rush allowed. I just think the ground game's too much here for the Ducks. So I lay the points first half. It's 6.5 most places. You shop around, you can still find a 5.5 out there. I think bet 365 still has it minus 115 juice, so not too bad there. But yeah, I like the Ducks, baby.
Let's go. I love that play as well. Yeah, we talked off air. I was looking at that game. I haven't got to anything in that game yet, but I think that's probably one of the best spots on the board in that game. It's a tricky game because USC has really not performed on the road. We know Oregon's pretty good at home, so I think that first half that was a tough game too. I think when you're coming off a game against Iowa,
Yeah, physical game.
USC maybe physically beat up here a little
Yeah.
bit. So that first half, I think this is yeah, this is a real good spot, man. Love it.
What I don't hate if you want to do a little extra shopping. I don't hate the first quarter even.
Yeah.
I've never played the first quarter, but I like first quarter minus 2.5 because you're getting it under the field goal. So
Yeah.
there you go.
No,
Well, bonus
I
bet. I don't know.
well, do you know what the odds are on that? We're not getting plus money on that, are we?
No, I think it was last I saw. I think it was minus
About minus
one
110.
fourteen, something like one.
Oh, it's
Minus
even
one.
higher than minus 110.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, books are liking that too, huh?
Just because it's under the key field goal, I guess. Let's see. We'll do a little
Yeah,
shot.
yeah, yeah. I think I might have to play that one too.
Minus 116 at
God.
FanDuel looks to be the best price. It's
Yeah.
minus 3.5 everywhere else. So I
Yeah,
mean,
see, they know. They
there's a
know.
there's a minus 115 at Caesars. There you go. Good old Caesars, baby.
That's it right there. I'm playing that one too. I'm gonna play
We are
both of these.
all we are all Caesars. There you go.
Yeah, I
Put them.
like that.
Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I would probably make first quarter like 3.5, 4.5. So the
You would
first
think.
half, 5.5 is like
Well, the full game line's 10.5. So it's like,
I think
I
the
don't know.
first half should be like 6.5. I don't know.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
same here. Same here.
with the way USC's performed on the road, I think this is a
Yeah,
fantastic
I
find.
made
Good
the
look.
first half. This is going to sound stupid. I made the first half actually. I think Oregon's going to be up by 10 the first half.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
I could see USC getting back into it just because
sure.
uh, Mayava's a good quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, he
and
can
they've
get
got
them
good
back.
receivers.
Yeah, they can get back in it, but I think they're just
Yep.
going to be stunned a little bit in the first half at the speed. And
So they have what we like to call the backdoor cover potential because they've got
correct.
explosive enough offense and
Yeah.
passing that they could score some late touchdowns. So the
Mhm.
first half is absolutely the best look in this game. Fantastic find, my man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. What's the final play here that's
Yeah,
going to
we're
take
gonna
us to
do
the
it.
sweet promised land?
We talked ourselves into this one.
Yeah, we, we did.
And
We
I
did.
think I love it. The more I've looked into it, I love it even more. So I went ahead and posted it, played it. Cincinnati, first half against BYU. We got plus 1.5, minus 115. Best odds over on Fanatics. Look, I like this because the Bearcats usually come out strong. And I think this matchup with some situational factors put it in the favor of their hands here. Cincinnati's first half power ratings ranked ninth nationally, but it does drop to 66th in the second half, suggesting that they'll probably start sharper than they finish. BYU, on the other hand, has had a strong second half power rating of 10th nationally, so that'll probably indicate the fact that BYU will probably turn it on after the second half, and perhaps Cincinnati's head coach needs to look in the mirror and try to figure out how to make better adjustments in the second half. Dropping 66th nationally is quite a worry here, especially for a team that was looking pretty good. I think going to last week they were what 6-2 or seven
Yeah.
and one. They had a very good record, and they've dropped two straight now. So that's something that they definitely need to improve on for next year. But look, man, Cincinnati has covered plus 1.5 in the first half in 8 of their last 9 games, including all 6 at home this season. While BYU has lost the first half in 4 straight road games and 4 of 5 on the road this season, showing that they are maybe just a little bit of a slow starting on the first half on the road. From an offensive standpoint, both teams do average right around 34 points per game, but Cincinnati's efficiency does stand out here to me. They rank 7th nationally in the red zone efficiency, 4th in yards per play at 7.1, 8th in fewest turnovers per game, 1st in least sacks allowed and least QB hits, and 4th in fewest tackles for loss allowed. They also rank 22nd nationally in rushing per game, and they average almost 200 per game on the ground. So that'll give them the ability to slow the game down, control the clock, perhaps limit BYU's possessions. BYU's run defense also allows 130 yards per game on the ground. So I just definitely think Cincinnati can exploit this. I think they can maintain the tempo and they can protect at least the first half line, perhaps winning the first half here. And if not, maybe they'll tie the game like we talked about off air, and that'll still, this plus 1.5 will cover for us. Defensively, both teams do rank inside the top 50 nationally, but BYU allows right around 17.8 points per game, while Cincinnati's right around 22.7. Pretty close, honestly. Even with that difference, I think Cincinnati's early focus, their elite offensive efficiency, and their ability to avoid mistakes early in the first half um, could prove big here. BYU's coming off a huge blowout win off a big TCU PCU game that we both had. BYU, they won that game 44-13. Now they got to travel across country, which could possibly lead to a slower start. We don't really like the start of the game. If this was at noon, we discussed this would probably be a mixed slam.
Damn, yeah.
But
Oh,
that later start does tend to give BYU a little bit more time to adjust, but Cincinnati at home, looking to bounce back off of 2 straight losses. They've got high motivation here, I think, to set the tone early. I think they can just control the game with the running game, and hopefully they can cash this first half for us.
yeah, I love this one. I've made money on plays like this for 2 decades, Wade. I love fading the highly ranked team in any spot, any chance it makes sense. It's hard for me to say because BYU was good to us. They won easily last week
Yeah.
at home. And they're decent on the road. They don't just go away, but
Mhm.
their main edge is at home there in Provo. Going across country, that's tough. Yeah, the game time isn't ideal, but still a 3 hour time difference. The body clock is no joke. You've experienced that firsthand with your move out to Cali.
Absolutely.
Um, but a lot to like here about the Bearcats. Tawi Walker, the transfer from Wisconsin, is a beast on the ground. Kid's
Yeah.
averaging 6 yards per carry for Cincy. Brendan Sorsby's a good running quarterback as well. So I think
Right.
BYU could be a little confused knowing who to stop. It's going to be Sorsby carrying balls. It's going to be Walker. Don't know. It could be a little shell shock first half. A nice little feather in our cap, big way. To just notice this over on the good old team ranking. Cincy much better special teams as far as kicking field goals. 10th in
Nice.
the country in field goal percentage made.
Okay.
BYU just 54th. So when you're getting the first half, hey, we could have a last
Yes.
second field goal before half that wins this bad boy for us. Hopefully, it's not that sweaty, but we have it in the back pocket if we need it.
Absolutely love it. Let's have, you know what? I wouldn't mind a little sweat. That would be an actual absolutely fun way to end the first half with a nice field goal to win it. Let's do a quick rundown. Let's get out of here. As again, we are 28-16 with a nice 64% hit rate. Let's keep that going. Mike gave out Arkansas plus 6.5 in the first half, minus 120. Oregon minus 5.5 first half, minus 114. I gave out TCU plus 2.5, minus 115. Iowa State minus 3.5, minus 105. And Cincinnati in the first half, plus 1.5, minus 115. As always, if you guys are looking for any free content or want to sign up for any new books, go check out eatwatchbet.com or bettersinsider.com, and you get a ton of free action from NBA plays to NFL plays to college football plays, while also getting some of my UFC and golf plays over there as well. So, Mike, got any last words, buddy?
No, let's cash them. Let's stay hot. Let's get up over that 65% win mark, baby. Love doing this show with you, Wade. Appreciate the time. Appreciate all the hard work editing, all the great articles. Life is good, baby. Let's finish the season strong.
Let's do it. Have a great one.